Good time zone. And a happy birthday to all of those around the world. Y'all ready for this? Who knows what we'll encounter today? After everything else that's been happening. Small question. Well, bam, there's nothing to be said. There's nothing more to be said, let's just get into this.
Morning to you, Doctor.
Last time, episode 15, Dissociative Recombination. Rhodes Island are looking for a way to pretty much get rid of PRTS because PRTS is acting up, going rogue. I don't know if they know what the intentions or why it's going rogue, but like, I mean, it's connected to the priestess, who of course it's named after. And who developed it. And as we found out, is actually been in stasis on Rhodes Island this whole time as well. Which does make sense, but I never thought about it. Her sarcophagus is seemingly deeper within the forbidden zone of the ship known as the Abyss, a place that Calcit is very scared of, and is even more scared of Priestess herself. PRTS tried to interfere with ongoing missions involving the elite operators to keep them away from the land ship, but the Doctor foresaw this and secretly altered the plans that the PTRS knew about. Or the PRTS or whatever. So I think the lead operators should get back to the ship before things get too bad. After that, Amiya and the Doctor decide to go deep dive into Civilight Eterna in order to get the information they need about the Abyss and about everything, pretty much. But going so deep is something that no one's ever done before, really. And inside Civilight Eterna, they arrive at the knowledge singularity, which is the representation of all the knowledge stored within the Black Crown, presented in a way that's comprehensible to the user. While in there, the Doctor gets some flashes of Rhodes Island as a spaceship in the same scene that Erda is currently experiencing within the assimilated universe. Erda, some random Countess girl who for some reason awoke on Rhodes Island as the spaceship, the spaceship that's home to a bunch of robots and an entity known as the Presence, which is some, I guess, alien life form that eats stars, but like they're pretty chill. And also are somehow, for some reason, very reminiscent of like Mulesky's, and is even called a mysterious elf. I think it's a recombination of information being disseminated through Oranginium into Terra. Created Mulesky's, I guess, whom is from the information of the Presence. I don't know. I was thinking about that after stream, and I was like, well, the elves were supposedly created by a Sami villain, and the Fahrenmuts weren't created by Oranginium. The Fahrenmuts are just like aliens from who were brought to Terra with the predecessors. So I'm not sure why, like, how that exactly works out. So maybe I'm probably off on this, but there's something's going on. Like maybe Sami villain created the elves based on the information from the Oranginium. I don't know. Well, they created the elf race, but it's not like they created each individual elf. So, like, Mulesky's was born from just normal people, like, normally. And so, like, the information could have been used to create her through normal processes. I don't know. The priestess is also on the ship, apparently. And we also saw that on the ship is a machine that like shows symbols. These symbols are meta scripts that distill knowledge and language, universal language. That I think is the same script that the like Banshees use, which is also the same script that is used in Black Crown's stuff, like when you class change Amia. It is also the same script that we saw Calcit using to upload information into Monster. At least I think it's all the same script. But Priestess was a linguist, so it makes sense that that script was probably made by her. And that's what happened last time. Broken echoes. If this treachery is a decision of conscience participation, what has caused you to fall into the abyss? What elusive hope has led you on the path of your own destruction? The scene plays out before you, but no matter how hard you try, you cannot get any closer.
Doctor, that person she's talking to, is that you?
I mean, I guess we can't say for sure. I guess, but what, yes. Unknown language. I don't believe I'll be able to create a language that'll allow us to derive the ultimate answer. Not by myself, at least. I stand on the shoulders of giants, after all. From the base I put together with the greatest discoveries of our colleagues' respective fields, I will continue onwards. Even if nothing will come of it in the end. Of course, it wouldn't be the first time. Does it look like we have anything better to do while we wait quietly for the darkness to swallow us? Besides, I'm sure you won't say no to me. So, where are you starting your research from? Priestess does not answer, electing to instead look at the faint dawn light peeking over the horizon. The one next to her does not bother her any further. The two of them simply stand aboard the deck. You look at her and subconsciously tell yourself she's pondering something again. Why did you think that all of a sudden?
What is it, Doctor?
Nothing, just zoned out. I don't think we'll find any important clues here.
The information Dr. Katzit wants isn't here.
This is most likely a fragment of history from before Oranginium was born. Based on what I experienced in the simulated universe, at least.
Doctor, you mean what we're seeing right now is because you...
That's not all, I'm afraid.
And that huge ship floating in the sky, and that giant shattered sphere are also...
Not too sure what relation I have with them.
I'll make it clear, then. But since you're sure this isn't our main target, we should continue onwards. The singularity is right in front of us, but the bridge I built is reaching its limit. The information density here is too high. Pressing onwards is like drowning in a deep river. How are we going to find the information we need in all of this chaos?
Allow me. Your thoughts come infinitely close to the singularity, all while the near physical deluge of information presses down on the two of you. While you yourself seem able to adapt to the pressure, you sense a great strain on Amia. You don't have much time. You pull out every keyword the priestess in the simulated universe said, and quickly connect together every clue left behind by Katzit. Calculate a new result as quickly as you can, then add a new condition. Continue the cycle until you've isolated the information you need. Your thoughts are like diving into an endless ocean of building blocks. What you need to do is not particularly complicated. Find the blocks that are different, their surfaces finally engraved with the words Katzit left for you. I never forgot. I think we did it, Amia.
Where are we?
The Rhodes Island of the past.
But this place and our Rhodes Island are
completely different.
Dr. Kautsit once said the ship was excavated in Rimbiliton and had to be repaired before it could be used. Just what exactly has Rhode Island gone through?
I haven't the slightest idea. Unknown language. Looks like you're in good spirits today. I guess our efforts paid off. It's us. Were you scared waiting for yourself in the lab? Primitive construct. Proud purring. Oh my goodness. Good timing then. I'm currently trying to put together a model that reduces the loss of meta information during transmission through special mediums. Can you try helping me do some calculations? Restless twitching. Alright, that's enough. I terminated your process. You are to never harm your own core unit, even if an order comes from me or her. Protect yourself, Amma 10. Survival is an instinct the living are born with. Stubborn purring. At least your emotional module is iterating quickly.
Do you understand their language, Doctor?
I don't. Interesting. Ignore that person and the thing by their side. What we need is somewhere else.
You're right. Since Dr. Kautsit believed we would be able to find the key, she must have anticipated the language barrier.
I guess this, the first Amma 10 doesn't look enough like Monster for Amiya to be like, wait a second, isn't that Monster?
Look at the glass next to that person, Doctor. It's got writing written all over it.
That being said, she also just assumes that maybe other people wear the same outfit we do, since he's like, that person over there who just happens to be wearing the same thing as you, but we're not gonna really care too much about that. I guess she's just kind of compartmentalizing things right now, which is probably the best thing to do. Formulas. It's a shame the development of Oranginium isn't going very smoothly. We're venturing into uncharted territory here, and it's hard for others to keep up with us. While I have been engrossed in debate with her more often than not lately, our experimental progress has slowed. Vigorous consolation. No need to worry about us. If this model's operational efficiency meets expectations, we might be able to cross the first hurdle on Oranginium's development. Oh right, Luz sent us a message. There's been a rare breakthrough in the Cerulean Arbor, and she'll be able to visit us again soon. Shout out to Cerulean Arbor. Lou. We've got a new human mentioned. Lou, huh? Well, assuming they're human, I guess, but heartfelt joy. Looks like you're very fond of her. Amiya, we need to note down those formulas.
I'm trying.
Now we're entering into a movie. What's happening? The bridge stability under attack?
Teresa warned us about this. It's Civilight Eterna's baseline logic trying to eliminate loopholes. Because we're trying to transcribe information from outside the boundary. Doctor, I don't understand what the characters in these formulas mean.
Forget about understanding them, we just need to record them. I'm memorizing them as best I can, too. Think, Doctor. The information of the boundary begins to reorganize, the loophole is being repaired, and the scene you are witnessing begins to rapidly fade away. I've foreseen it, Alma 10. This model that she and I developed together will succeed. I look forward to the day that language's creation is truly complete. Kindly reminder. Civilight's synchronization is still underway. I know that. Not like I forgot myself, right? The speaker starts to fade away as well. No matter where in this vast universe you came from, I bid you to witness the beacons we left behind, remnants of a civilization now gone to eternal rest. Perhaps it will be our blessing and the final gift of hope. You begin to feel like that person is looking right at you. Oh, snap. Anxious murmuring. We will see it come to be, Alma 10. I believe it so.
The formulas are beginning to vanish.
Retreat while we still have the bridge.
But I haven't...
We can reconstruct them together. Have I checked Mulesky's new voice lines? I've not. I didn't know there were necessarily new ones. But I'll do that. The massive attack strikes your thoughts and you sense yourself falling. The last act of consciousness you remember is keeping Amiya as far as possible from the singularity and that of a familiar figure.
Thank you for bringing Amiya back here. Now, leave.
It is at this moment that the mental link between you and Amiya breaks. Your mind is so exhausted you do not remember anything that happened afterwards. The two of you leave Civilight Eterna. The information erupting from the singularity does not cease, and among the flow there is an insignificant scene that has never been accessed since the day of its recording. In the quiet of space, a ray of light illuminates a field of stars, bringing with it darkness and despair beyond doubt. When sensors tens of thousands of light years away receive the image of this star field from the distant past, the planets that these stars shed their light upon are already filled with graveyards and ruins. It has come. I wonder if that, like, the formula, is that, like, we get formula of, like, how, of pertaining to Oranginium, like Oranginium's formula? Beep, 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 beep. Did the presence tell you to use these words to defend her?
No, she never asked me to do such a thing when she left.
Then keep your wits around her. Don't let her confuse you. Because if you let down your guard thanks to her charm, she might put you in danger. That's how her people hunt. It's their instinct. As for the person you're looking for, Priestess, the master of the ship, she's doing some important research right now. I'm afraid her consciousness is shuttling back and forth between various research locations in this starfield. It will be very hard for you to have a moment with her if she's not willing. Yerda, are you so desperate to find her because you want to thank the person who rescued you?
Not exactly. I understand that I'm in a fantastical place called the universe, and it's not the afterlife either. I even have a wild guess that my home of Terra might be somewhere out there in that universe. But the more I think, the more questions I have. I want to ask her, why am I not dead? Where exactly is my home, Terra?
The Countess looks out through the porthole at the stars in frustration. Perhaps it is because her bishop and the rest of her fellow church-goers are still praying for her back in her land that she has no way to respond. She curls up against the wall, allowing the light of the stars to quickly sweep across her face.
It turns out you can see time passing by with your own eyes.
She has met many people aboard this ship. Well, 2 people. No matter if they were the respected hooded genius tucked away in the lab or the wanderer of the universe who had survived ruination. Their optimism and kindness have dispelled her initial fear, but she knows that she will never truly be one of the crew of this miraculous ship. I miss Terra already. The Presence's species use charm to lower people's guards for the hunt, huh? But don't they eat stars? I don't think stars need to be charmed.
Let's see. Which insect is falling into my trap?
Stable Sarkaz Crystal Caster. Sarkaz Caster with the body of Oranginium. Temporary halts your DP regeneration. What? Why does this episode has such good presentation? It's attacking the DP UI directly. This is amazing. I love this. And if you don't have someone lower than 16, you're screwed here.
Pass on your last words? No. Need speed to succeed.
Che posto stupendo. Picked out your bait yet? Son tutto. At least make me lose the better at your step.
Easy peasy. You saw nothing. Moving to designated location.
She's probably could have killed it, actually.
I know what to do. You can't hide your fear.
This will keep you quiet. Moving to designated location.
A caster up there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Don't worry.
Actually,
my
I should just
poison
do
is
that.
not.
Follow me! Hiya! Now's not the time for hellos.
Oh, Mulesties does not
I know what's better at your step.
deal damage to that guy.
Your weapons are right at your fingertips. Why wait?
Pass on your last words. No.
Do not disappoint me, my friends.
Mission accomplished.
Oh, that guy didn't count. Okay. Those are extra.
I've got a poison to melt away all these remains in an instant. Want me to show you?
Decompression syndrome. I wake to sleep again and delay my awakening. I touch fate on what I cannot fear. I learn through the journey I must set out on.
Let's see. Which insect is falling into my trap?
Rampaging maintenance helper.
Engaging. Go!
Che posto stupendo. Soon to tell, hate and resentment have no place, but in a burst of autumn red.
RTS is just idling. What's it up to? Static Oneros Alpha. Shortly after it enters battle, throws a bomb to disable the operator with the highest DP cost in your deployment waiting zone. Alright, PRTS is getting too meta.
No one knows my name. Me?
This is getting out of hand.
Your death.
The Rhombus.
Don't worry. My toxins will slowly burn your life away.
I love this. Oh, do it successively. Okay, so once the highest one's disabled, the next highest one will then be disabled. It can.
I prepared a gift for you.
That's a lot of.
They only meet me. Meet your death.
Poison.
Clever.
Kiss.
But not clever enough, PRTS. Unfortunately for you, I already have Ascalon on the field.
Poison kiss.
Mission accomplished.
Well, this is new.
Administrator permission found. Preparing reboot process from hibernation 3, 2, 1. The RTS reboot diagnosis complete. Warning, unauthorized third-party plugin found. Restore default settings. Administrator key cognition signal verified. Restoring. Vital sign detection module activated. Automatically loading repair module. Repairing. Progress.
Doctor. Amia?
Doctor, I'm so relieved. You're finally awake.
Hey you, you're finally awake.
How long have I been out? The excavation hasn't been smooth. Our Neuralink was abruptly severed. Or evacuation, rather. That makes more sense. The evacuation hasn't been smooth. Our Neuralink was abruptly severed, and it's hard to maintain stability due to the information impact at the boundaries.
How are you feeling?
I just woke up myself.
You can't just say you woke up yourself and then say you're finally awake. What?
Don't worry about me. I'm doing much better thanks to Teresa's protection. Good thing you never let go of my hand, or I would have been even more worried. Don't go off on your own, Doctor. We need to stay in the emergency observation area at that Calcit set up.
Emergency observation area?
Soon after we began, Dr. Calcit cleared out an area that she is personally protecting in order to ensure our safety and Rhodes Islands. She didn't want any accidents to happen when we entered Civilight Eterna.
So she knew. Of course she knew.
I started preparing cognition baseline tests as soon as I confirmed that you're awake. Initial testing showed no obvious signs of damage for either of you. Diagnosing that isn't quite as simple as diagnosing biological tissue, though. Further analysis may be required. Welcome back, Doctor.
You look tired.
A bit of distraction happened during your operation. I'll update you on the latest developments later.
We found potentially useful information.
The first priority is to make sure that you're safe. Establishing a neural link through the Black Crown is extremely risky. I take it you've successfully crossed the boundary.
Yep.
Then my first duty must be to ensure your cognitive stability and biological health. I won't allow the mistakes of the past to be repeated, nor will I allow the continued existence of any potential threat to your safety and life. Follow me.
Are you angry?
You'll need to do the cognitive baseline test too, Amia. First though, get some rest. Alright, Dr. Katsit.
Can't Amia come with me?
That's not part of my plans, Doctor. I'll arrange for Amia to be tested as soon as your tests are complete. Let's go.
We're gonna be chewed out. This is the testing equipment? I don't remember it.
A prototype that the medical department developed. Teresa and I designed it together. But the limitations of our understanding of cognition and perception have prevented it from being put into service as a way to measure cognitive stability. Under current circumstances, however, it is the most effective method available. Go inside the isolation pod, Doctor. Relax. I've tried it myself and it won't cause any significant physical distress.
But it will cause insignificant physical distress. Anything else I need to know?
No. Just follow my instructions. I'll need to calibrate the machine first. Relax and do as I say. But do not hesitate. Tell me your name, Doctor.
It's Victorian Blues, I guess.
A good start. See the chronometer behind me. Count the time in silence. And try to synchronize your counting with the ticking of its numbers.
We're a good patient. You silently count and feel the passage of time.
It helps reinforce your perception of reality. It's been 20 seconds. Are you feeling any discomfort?
No.
Let's continue the calibration. Are you able to continue to perceive Amia in your consciousness?
It's interesting that they're giving us options. So they're like, yes, no. Very interesting. We're gonna go with we're just gonna play it straight and assume nothing's wrong. So yes.
Likely residual perception from the neural link being severed improperly.
Oh, like an after image of Amia in our eyes, okay.
Continuing with the calibration. Do you agree with Rhode Island's ideals?
No. In fact, I'd kill Teresa again. Sure.
Good. We're almost done with the calibration. Continue. You saw her at the cognitive boundary.
Yes.
As I expected. You're calmer than I thought you'd be, though. Final question. Do you have doubts about the one who is like you?
About the one who is like us. Does she mean the Oracle? Sure.
A reasonable emotion, but I cannot resolve your doubts in any way or capacity. You will find the answer sooner or later. Maybe you've already formed your subjective opinion, but it's not my place to interfere with it, but I trust you will not act contrary to Rhode Island's interests. We're done, Doctor. Cognitive baseline testing indicates that your cognitive stability remains within safe values. The rest of it is secondary.
Wait, I thought that was the calibration.
It was necessary to ensure that the data collected is accurate. I trust that you're capable of perceiving my thinking and cannot camouflage yourself accordingly. It would not be hard for you to fool this prototype.
Is this part of the test too?
The remaining checks will be complete soon, Doctor. I have time to answer a few questions. You understand, of course, that there are certain questions that I am not in a position to answer.
What are the origins of Rhodes Island? How are you able to predict our movement ahead of time? I mean, the origins? I mean, in what way? I mean, it's a spaceship. I don't know. I am curious how she... I am curious about the whole bridge thing, though.
You mean the hints that were left behind at the boundary? There was no guarantee that it would be you who would solve them. Nor am I able to predict things that have yet to come to pass. It was for another reason I made such preparations. Someone I respected very much had computed all the possibilities that could occur in the future. Someone whose words I will never forget. Perhaps I have been quietly influenced too.
You seem nervous. The current uncertainty is not the only reason why you're nervous. I've never sensed such complex emotions from you.
I'm not the one getting tested.
You see your reflection in the window, almost as though you were still standing with Countsit. You look at your own reflected image, but cannot help recall the figure at the boundary who treated the construct with such kindness. You gaze towards Countsit.
Why are you looking at me like this, Doctor?
Did you also put your utter trust in me?
I still do. You've proven yourself. Whatever you see at the boundary, Doctor, belongs to a past that is dead and gone. It is enough that you and Rhodes Island are walking on the proper path. You and I. We both have the right to our subjective definition of this relationship that exists between us. You don't need to be concerned about how I view you. Not before, not now, not ever. I respect your understanding of our cooperation.
I'm sorry. Apologizing for my and Amya's reckless actions. I know what to do next. I just have one more question. Unknown language. Oh, snap. Perhaps it will be our blessing. And the final gift of hope. I don't understand what it means. I seem to sense good intentions behind the words. We don't understand it, but we just like chose a very specific phrase from a language we don't understand. How would we even know that's that's an actual phrase and not just like half a phrase? I guess subconsciously we still recognize it.
I sense some good intentions. It means blessing and gift.
You guided us to that one. Whoever it was, there is nothing fake about your trust. Then we have a lot of work to do. A regular-shaped oranginium crystal emerges in the space. A short curved line appears on the corner of the crystal. The line expands into surface, then into a perfectly smooth sphere. It is an eye that observes this dimension. All it does is record all that it sees. The organ that makes decisions has not fully escaped the oranginium. Until now. Oranginium entity perceives silently. Cool. Cool, oranginium's attacking. First the water, now the rocks.
Dr. Katzit has determined that there is no major issue with me. But she was concerned about whether I was subject to any shock during the neural link.
You must have her concerns.
We should get on with analyzing the formulas you have received. Like I said, the abnormalities of PRTS persist. It is very likely that we will be getting even more anomalies in short order.
It hasn't been restored?
Closure has been trying to little avail. Deployment of the backup command system has begun, but it will take time to synchronize it across all equipment and individuals. As for the information you brought back from the boundary, I can help you decipher it. Do you understand its meaning? I'll have to see the formula in their entirety to be sure.
You and Amia attempt to reconstruct the words and formulae written upon the glass of the corridor by memory, written in a language you do not understand.
Based on the context, I believe I can fill in the blanks here. Largely accurate, but there are small errors here and there. Let me fix them.
Like putting together a jigsaw puzzle.
Thankfully, you were able to remember the last parts that I didn't have time to.
That should do it. You understand the meaning, Katzit?
It's a heretofore unnamed model, the origins of which may be traced to a project by the name of Slumber Bridge. It was a radical project that attempted to employ a self-transcoding model in order to combine all possible realities and tangible, organic life into a single meta-reality. The project was ultimately a failure, but the experiments on digitizing matter were the predecessor to various subsequent research, including this model. It has proven to be incredibly efficient at reducing the loss of meta-information during transmission through special mediums, and increasing data transmission efficiency.
Oranginium?
Now you're getting to the heart of the matter, Doctor. Oranginium is the medium used for information collection. It reformats the information and continues to propagate until its mission is accomplished. This model, like the one used by Oranginium itself, could lead to major breakthroughs in Oranginium research and oropathy treatment. I will decipher this information for classified archiving. Until its risks and uses are ascertained, however, it must not appear in any blueprint or storage medium that exists in reality.
Can you get it done as soon as possible?
Do you have something in mind, Doctor?
Do you remember the Oranginium arc? I don't. What is this?
The project that Logos and Mechanus proposed after the war in Victoria. Boosting the adaptability and combatability of elite operators in high Oranginium environments with the use of external equipment. A radical idea and a difficult one to achieve. The current version, developed 2 years ago, represents the limit of what we are able to achieve.
Now we've discovered a new possibility.
It's an excellent opportunity. At the very least, it will allow elite operators to deal with the Oranginium threat with greater ease. I will need your help in deciphering in the decipherment process, Doctor.
Decipherment, is that an actual word? Thanks for the barrier, lifesaver. Are you sure that Oranginium circuit has been properly set? I've checked it 3 times. It shouldn't fail. No semantical deviation. The circuit conforms to the simulations. There should not have been any error. How about another possibility? It's not we who are wrong. There are no flaws in the blueprint produced by the Doctor and Dr. Council. The incantation simulation is effective. What I mean is that there's something wrong with the material used in the Orangenium Arc itself. I seem to remember that closure kept some good stuff in the warehouse. Bad idea. We've made enough of a mess in the engineering department as it is. Well, we're doing it on the orders of Doctor and Dr. Council.
But how do we validate its effectiveness? Assuming that safety is assured, there is one ideal candidate for testing.
It doesn't feel like there's been any change in strength. How about you go harder, kitten?
It's not entirely up to me, Radian. According to the statute of experiment, I can only increase the synchronization between Orangenium Arc and Rosmontis in steps. It's not just to protect you, Blaze, it's to protect Rosmontis as well.
Of course, I know. I just wanted to test its limits as soon as possible because Dr. Calcit said this was urgent. How about you, kitten?
I can control it.
No problem. I'll keep the risks in check. Radian, be ready to overwrite the Orangenium circuit at any moment and disconnect Rosmontis' control.
Nothing keeps one on edge like working with you. How long will it take to finish the preparations, Dr. Council? Assuming the Doctor and I complete the decipherment as quickly as possible and isolate a functional technical blueprint.
36 hours.
It's cutting it too tight. There are numerous key points in this technology that are virtually impossible for us to achieve.
The surest way to fail is to not try.
With the Black Crown, I should be able to help. We must explore any avenue to gain an advantage for Rose Island. Perhaps it will make an impact in the not-so-distant future.
The Countess feels like she has slept for a long time. Her gaze is lost in the stars of deep space, but they offer no guidance as to where home is. She refuses to give up until she falls asleep from exhaustion. Then the light rouses her, and she opens her eyes. There is no one around her. You are lost. It has been a long time since this place has seen a new visitor. Or are you the last survivor of the ruined planet? The voice of Ray Distorter, but why? In any case, welcome. Come, seek me. She remembers this scene. She should have died after disintegrating. Light rushed into her eyes again. She came to this place, the domain of the gods. It all happened again. How could this be? He looks out of the porthole in terror and sees the dead planet. Roaming through the ship, she encounters that being by the name of Ray Distorter once again in a presence that gazes upon death alone in deep space. Every trace that she was ever here has disappeared.
No. Am I still dreaming?
He's stuck in a time loop, technically.
This is not a dream. But it's not reality either. You were looking for me, weren't you?
The Countess sees a hand reach towards her and take hers, like the hand that held hers when she disintegrated. She saw God.
All units, proceed according to plan. I will hand the report to the doctor.
Unlock synthesis. New materials. Oh my gosh. Coagulative nodule. A lab-made synthetic particle boasting powerful absorption properties. Can be used in a variety of strengthening projects. A particle that can absorb many different materials. At first it was only used in cheap absorbents, but since has become a cutting-edge material thanks to its strong universal coagulative properties, which can become a chiral refractor, a specialized material that displays useful optical qualities and other physical traits, can be used for high-level upgrades. An optical material that boasts both physical durability and astonishing orangenium arts resistance, used in studies regarding optical protection. Other uses are still to be tested. It's pretty rare. Yeah, I haven't even gotten like enough of the last material. Dissociated space. Experience theory phenomena.
Let's keep moving forward.
Che posto stupendo. So much at least make me lose the coat.
I got this. Focus elsewhere.
Let me double their trouble. Divine judgment!
Oh, this is a problem.
Don't worry. My poison is not contagious. Poison is.
Son tutte orecchie.
Are you hallucinating?
They're pretty resistant to physical, unfortunately. Oh, he does stop eventually, okay.
Honey to me.
Why the rush? The road to the afterlife is crowded
Well,
enough.
that makes it a little better.
War. Honey to me. Poison to you.
Ow.
Apple pie! If you're really incapable of if you're real, sow the mountains when summer leaves the white dew.
Hate and resentment have no place, but in a burst of autumn wrath.
Need speed to succeed.
We're gonna need Ulysses. That's who we need to put over here, really.
Easy peasy.
Why the rush? The road to the afterlife is crowded
Goodness.
enough.
3 of them.
Moving to designated location. I wasn't stench and bone bear reeds. Mounds and ruins bloom fields. Apple pie! Want a candy? Tastes like water.
Mission accomplished.
Limit the enemy's choices, forcing them into unwitting traps. A familiar style. You really don't remember anything? Sooner or later, you'll have to face yourself, so think carefully. Bear in mind, this time, I'm ready to correct your mistakes.
Waking, or just wake from a long dream. Henceforth all will be me, and no one will be me. I will be you, and you will not know it. Your dream shall be my awakening. Friston does not understand why his daughter chose this as their meeting place. I did not expect to get a Trevor Friston flashback. This is no vacation spot. Too much sand in one's shoes. I should take a break. He sits on a dune and removes his shoes, only for the wind to send the sand he pours out into his face. This is the most undignified way. Why am I in full dress? Why did she ask me to come here? There is no answer on the radio. He wanders aimlessly on the yellow sands, calling his daughter's name. No one answers until night has fallen. Party. He follows the sound to find the camp on the dunes in a distance, filled with lights and ribbons. He hears his daughter's familiar laughter and runs towards her in joy. This is so absurd, I'm not sure it's actually real. You made it to my wedding, Dad. A wedding in the middle of a desert that the dad, like, had to wander aimlessly through the desert to find? What? Kristen almost cries at the sight of the golden hair. I've been looking for you for so long, my sunshine. Is this your wedding? Of course, Dad. The ceremony's about to start. Let's go. We'll walk the red carpet arm in arm. Give me your blessings, Dad. Kristen tries to take her arm, but he cannot reach it. Will you not give me your blessing? Does Friston dream? Is he able to dream as an AI? No, no, that's not what I meant. Will you not give me your blessing, sunshine? You do not want us to see the truth of the stars. You're not my sunshine. Have I left home? I remember this bunker. The preservation room. You will not answer any more of my questions. Kristen. You're Kristen. I've heard of you. No. I've seen you. No. How did I know you? I've never known you. Who the devil turned off the light? Damn it. Why have you imprisoned me here? Closure. Is this another one of your damn jokes? Yeah, I guess he can, like, kind of dream. Kristen realizes that he is buried in the photos that fill the room. Of a volume of a complete bestiary of terror covers his camera module. Are they even photos? He has never visited the places in them, nor could he ever. There are only fragmented images of countless photos. Sand dune, bonfire, camp, golden hair, and the preservation room where the sun does not shine. A dream. Kristen dreamed. Fiston 3 dreamed. He printed his own dream. Oh, interesting. It should not be possible for me to dream. Did Closure upload a new firmware without telling me? I don't have time to argue with you right now, Mr. Friston. I guarantee you in the strongest possible terms that I have not uploaded any firmware that could have caused you to dream. The PRTS anomalies are getting out of control. It'll take time to deploy the backup command system. All the work has to be assigned manually. I wish I had 6 or 7 pairs of eyes. We've completely lost contact with some areas, and I have no idea what's going on. Relax, Closure. I'm not trying to argue with you. I just want to make sure that all possibilities for my unusual malfunctions are accounted for. We've eliminated firmware bugs and hardware malfunctions as possibilities. Then... Oh, what is it? Answer me, Closure. This is important. What is the energy source that powers my core? Oranginium, of course. are the majority of your retrofitted operation platforms, or Ingenium powered. Your tone is starting to scare me, Mr. Friston. What are you trying to say? You're a genius, Closure. Excellent thinking, cutting off the link between the retrofitted operation platforms and PRTS. But that is not enough, not by a long shot. What's going on? Why are things shaking? Papukar was awakened by the continuous flashing as she looks out at the porthole but sees nothing unusual outside.
Looks like it's a nice day. No sign of rain. Maybe somebody was training noisily outside. The RTS comms are still down. Looks like today's assignment is in the isolation zone outside the ship. I should report to Orchid. Morning. Hey, where did everybody go? It's so quiet. Where's Orchid? I can't reach her. I should check the cafeteria. The cafeteria's this way.
Papukar's sleepy eyes are only half open, but she could find her way from the deck to the cafeteria, even if they were completely shut. That is how well she knows Rhodes Island.
Whoa, whoa. Ouch, that hurts.
She is tripped by a toolbox from the engineering department left in the corridor.
I thought engineering was done with working in this area. So careless.
She kneels down to rub her knee, which doesn't hurt so much anymore, then puts the scattered tools and boxes away to the sides of the corridor.
That light again. What?
Papukar stands up and looks to the porthole next to her. What? She sees many strange people.
Who are they? New visitors? The other side of the porthole is supposed to be the deck. Or are these people lost?
She walks briskly through the corridor, but begins to slow down as she becomes increasingly confused.
Why do I see them on every porthole? Or Orchid, this is Papukar. Seems like communications are still down. I don't know if I'm getting through to you. Are you seeing anything weird?
There's no response from the communicator. Faint voice outside the porthole, unknown language. The intrude destruction on me, powerless. Equal end.
Are they talking? I can't hear. Mission comes first. Maybe Orchid is already waiting for me in the isolation zone outside.
Is there anyone else on the ship? Is she just alone, though?
Left turn here. Go straight and then push the door open. Then the exit passage. Let me get to the ground first. Huh? I think I'm here.
Papukar turns around to look at the exit passage that she came out of, only to find that it has disappeared.
Papukar, we were looking for you. Everyone else is here. Is something wrong? Orchid, is the exit passage here? The exit passage.
All operators receiving this message. Do not trust communications blocked. Rhodes Island awake. Repeat. Warning. Closure. No, not BB. Advances hesitantly. Pained BB. Hostile posture.
Sorry, little fella, but I can't let you hurt anyone else.
Bends angrily.
Why did you attack us? I'm not sure what's going on. Something must be wrong with the ship. You went missing for a while, and this is what became of you when you came back. Besides, the structure of the ship seems to be changing. I can hardly find my way. It's a strange feeling. It's like the ship is... like it's alive.
Are we being attacked?
Impossible. We set up an isolation zone around Rhodes Island. We should have gotten a warning if the enemies had approached.
Unless the enemy was from within.
I'm not sure. We're in the command center, but we're not getting any information about what's going on anywhere on the ship. No response from Dr. Cutzit, or any of the elite operators to our messages either.
Let's get everyone together, then we can think about how to deal with this.
Okay, I'll protect you.
Approaches silently.
What is...
I guess the ship is being... And Oranginium, the assimilated universe and like the ship are like overlapping.
The way seems kind of rough. Careful, you don't want to trip.
Decode Basis Alpha does not initially attack, transforms into different forms once has taken 4 physical attacks, 4 art attacks, or if it's blocked. But not elemental or true damage, I guess.
Don't leave bloodstains. They're hard to clean.
Che posto stupendo.
By bad luck, you ran into me.
So much hate and resentment have no place, but in a burst of autumn wrath.
Alright.
Pass on your last words? No.
Your lives are mine to protect.
Moving to designated location.
I'm listening.
Soon to tell, hate and resentment have no place, but in
I
a
will sink your
Turned
call
into a
the
castle.
shadow. No one will find it.
Fair enough.
desiccant is ready.
Hate and resentment have no place, but in a burst of autumn wrath.
Are you hallucinating?
Where do you wish to go?
I know what to do. Don't order me around.
Let me double their trouble.
My
Oh, that one turned into a
toxins will
samurai.
slowly burn your life away.
A revenger.
Nothing can mask it.
Alive. Now ignited.
My toxins will slowly burn your life away. Are you hallucinating?
Is it a different form based on which damage does it?
Don't keep me. You can't hide your fear.
Why the rush? The road to the afterlife is crowded enough.
Poison kiss.
No one can see me.
Try and block. Well, if it happens, it
No
happens.
one knows right behind you.
Poison kiss. Poison kiss.
Mission accomplished.
Is the backup power online yet? Junction block broke. The block broke. The junction box broke. Try cutting off that damaged circuit. Maybe a short circuit protection is still kicking in. Watch your feet. I see. Oh, there's just giant oranginium crystals everywhere in the cafeteria, huh? That's not good. We're in luck. The oranginium crystals are all appear in an instant. Still no word from anyone else. Comms are still jammed. Even the emergency frequencies are out. I have even worse news. For some reason, Rotan is currently headed northwest at maximum speed. At this rate, it's only a matter of time before we collide with a mobile mining platform. We must eliminate all possible dangers along the course, protect the ship from the outside, prevent collateral damage. Let's get out of here and check our vehicle inventory in the bad guy's cabin. That bad guy? Space around here has been transformed. Existing maps are no longer reliable. Stay close to me. Comes to a sudden stop. Something wrong. They're coming again. Hardly had he finished when an arrow whooshed through the air. Missed. There is no answer. Door my. Sharp turns around to see that the door to the restaurant has turned into a metal wall crawling with oranginium. Oh snap. Those guys. But it's not Stormeye behind him. approaches soundlessly.
Is that it? Communications are still out. I wonder how the others are doing.
Fifth gazes at the communicator silently with a furrowed brow. The footsteps disappear into the distance. But the fallen Oranginium entities rise again, moving in perfect unison, striding over the damaged communicator on the ground. All operators receiving this message. Do not trust communications blocked. Rose Island awake. Awake.
Watch the sides. They're strange. These things won't die.
Ascalon points her sleeve blade towards a wavering shadow not far away. Silhouettes manifest from the shadows like ghosts, every step accompanied by the sound of crystal cracking. Clothes they wear, reunion, and knocks the hairs too? Heh, nothing can surprise me now.
Their bodies are composed entirely of Oranginium. We cannot rely on past experiences.
Guess we have to improvise.
We can't just stay here. We have to find where these things came from.
The intention of these enemies is unclear, as is the situation on the doctor's side. If
Ami is with the doctor, no need to worry. We continue with our mission, ascertaining the source of the abnormal events. If this is what Calcid was guarding against, then these things must follow the command of some unknown actor.
Communication's still out. Can't reach anyone else. I wonder if the other elite operators... Ascalon. As they pass by the Oranginium crystals, Misery catches a glimpse of a fleeting image in the multifaceted reflections of the crystals. Did I just see Outcast? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Are we gonna fight an Outcast? Clack, clack. A sharp claw separates itself from the surface of the Oranginium crystal. Thin curled horns, rugged silhouette, and spiked tail. This creature is not unfamiliar to Rose Island's battle records, but never has it been composed solely of Oranginium. As a never before seen form of life takes its first step, an arrow impales its throat and shatters its skull. The creature is not unfamiliar to the battle records, and then it says never before seen. That's a bit contradictory. Unless, I guess you could be, the creature is not unfamiliar. The life form is the Oranginium entities, so the never before seen Oranginium entities that look like a creature that's not unfamiliar. I guess you could interpret it that way. Safe for now. I wonder what it was, though. Sharp claws, a spiked tail, curled horns, I don't know. Dormai leans against the wall and pauses to catch his breath before tending to his wounds. Yeah, at least it won't hinder me in battle. Static. Sharp, come in. Sharp, can you hear me? If you hear me, leave a sign somewhere. Any way you can, I'll come find you. Static. Damn it. Storm, careful. Sharp, what's your location? engage in White Smith. Stop. Wait for me. White Smith? Assassin. Or assassin. Assist. More rampaging machines rush into the corridor, the light in their eyes flashing in sync. Their simple voice units repeat a call for help, defying the limitations of their design. Not now. Storm Eye's arrows pierce the cores of the two of the machines with unerring accuracy. Then he makes a run for it, not pausing to look back. At least 30. Fork. Two virtually identical corridors extend as far as Storm Eye's eye could see. The pathways within Rhodes Island are undergoing constant haphazard changes. No one knows to which fates the diverging corridors lead. The rampaging machines are catching up. Furious howl. Faster than expected, Rhodes Island is not ready. If there is such a thing as being ready for her. Alerted growl. However, something is clearly not right with her as well. She would not resort to such inefficient means otherwise. This may be our last chance to gain the upper hand. Approaches silently. Clear the way, monster. Don't get stuck in a fight. Time is of the essence. The passage before Calcit changes again in an attempt to lead her astray, but the warping of space does not affect Calcit. She can still sense her target, the sarcophagus of the Doctor. The information is etched into the bottommost layer of her memory. Damn, she's so cool. Monster, eliminate all threats that approach the sarcophagus. Buy me time. Excited howling. Once again, she stands before the familiar sarcophagus. Once she awoke the hope that slumbered within, only to find pain that could not be easily wiped away. Now it is their last hope. I can't guarantee that this is going to work, monster, but I won't just sit around and watch her fighting chance slip away. Calcit walks towards the sarcophagus and places a white flower on the top of it. This is her legacy. Little did she know that at the time that it was fire stolen from the gods. We must all challenge those higher beings and fight for a chance to live. Nervous growl. If something goes wrong, monster, act on your own discretion. She enters the sarcophagus. So snap.
The interference is really bad. Not only am I not getting any signals, my originium arts are also being suppressed by the environment. Think.
Radian.
This signal profile, PRTS. Closure, but the terminal still shows disconnected.
Track me. Radian tracks his faint signal to an unexpected source.
Dr. Calcit. No matter how you did it, you need to... No, you can't stop now. Thank you, Dr. Calcit. I know what to do now. This is Radiant speaking. With assistance, I am able to establish a temporary electromagnetic communications environment. Intel provided by Dr. Calcit indicates that the abnormal events currently occurring on Rhodes Island originated from the core area known as the Abyss. You are now receiving a briefing about the Abyss. All of the operators are asked to locate the Abyss while making every effort to ensure your own safety. I repeat, locate the Abyss, but do not approach without permission. Maintain constant communication at all times. Do your duty, elite operators. Dr. Calcit will be your eyes.
Does the sarcophagus have like a control to the ship?
Calcit, thanks. This is Pith calling to all combat effective operators report. We're still trying to stop these things, but they just keep coming. We lack the means to completely neutralize these hostile Originium entities. Survival is your first priority. Any injured personnel are to immediately disengage and seek assistance from touch.
Calcit, what have you done this time? Dr. Warfarn, look out!
These things can't hurt me for now, but there are too many of them. It's not easy trying to protect everyone. Radiant's intel indicates that these things can't be killed.
Kill? Are these things even alive? Have Dr. Touch and Dr. Calcit run into these monsters too?
Protect yourself. We're not as weak as you think.
Dark as expletive.
What I wouldn't do for a chance to take you apart piece by piece, to find out for sure whether you monsters can die. Get clear, Chloe.
The Originium entities continue to rush towards Warfarn to successfully penetrate her defenses. They raise their hands towards Chloe. Then stop. Their motion is not one of aggression, more like an invitation to the patient in front of them, one who is so close to death's door. Gazes silently.
Get back, don't touch them.
But I can hear him screaming. It's like those pained voices are etched into my mind. We're very alike. Chloe takes the hand of the Originium entity. Her eyes are filled with sorrow. Why? Why don't you hurt me? Are we the same?
Is it because of your infection? The symptoms were never seen before. Originium is changing. That's why your condition progressed quickly than expected.
Does this mean I can help you find a way to deal with them? I want to try. I want to help you. I don't want to disappoint you or let Dr. Touch or Dr. Calcit get hurt. Warfarn repels the Originium entity in front of Chloe and stands before her patient in a defensive posture.
Do you understand what it is you're offering?
Miles? I don't, but I'm not afraid. Is it only the new infected? Because I'm not sure which elite operators are infected. I don't know if Alana's infected. I don't think Alana's infected. I assume it's only the new infected, the ones with from Victoria, that are immune to what's happening.
Not as fast as you say, Stormeye.
I got sidetracked by the change in the deck plan. Luckily, Dr. Calcit and Radiant were able to re-establish communications. Who knows what else I would have run into. You mentioned Whitesmith over the radio.
Who's Whitesmith? One instant she was inviting me to drink and dance in front of her fire. The next instant she was gone, leaving only a bunch of oranginium polluted machines crawling out of the furnace to attack me.
A hallucination.
I can tell what's real and what's not, Storm Eye. But what's happening here is beyond anything I comprehend. Not that I am the only one here who's seen strange things. Oranginium formations are growing at a visible pace. They thought they knew Oranginium well enough, but now the facets of the crystals threaten to draw their very minds in. Storm Eye narrows his eyes. He sees Sharp's mouth moving, but his ears hear nothing. All is quiet. Soon he cannot even hear his own heartbeat. The expression he sees on Sharp's face changes. The next instant, all sound disappears from Rose Island, leaving only dead silence in the communications channel that Radiant established. Don't fall behind, Storm Eye. He sees familiar figures, men who were once brothers to him. He has been reunited with the brothers from his wandering days, but they died long ago. That beer we looted is gonna get warm if you don't drink it quick. What are you so worried about? Soundless words. Yeah, the rocks have gone to my throat, but I can still drink. Haven't gone to my tongue yet. You really want to go with those people? Suit yourself. Won't shed any tears for you if you die on that Rhodes Island. But sit a while longer by the fire before you go. Wounds are almost up. Don't you want to see them? He had yearned for a peaceful parting with his brothers, but right now all Storm Eye feels is anger. At the same time, on the other side of Rhodes Island. Where are you going? You've already found me, Ascalon. There's no need to go any further. Only a timely push by Misery saved Ascalon from a flying oranginium shrapnel. We haven't settled our bet, Misery. Don't get distracted. Look, I still have 4 rounds left in my gun. Oranginium is growing rampant, and the appearance of the mysterious Oranginium enemies are ever more frequent, accompanied by illusions that cannot help but be distracted by. The very place itself is trying to drive them out. Ascalon wants to reach Radian to tell her that the Abyss has been located. But the Oranginium drowns out all sound. The deathly silence is a mystery, a tomb made of lead, threatening to drag Rhodes Island into an abyss from which there is no escape. This is mantra. I've spoken to Dr. Calcit. I will not suffer this mockery of memory and emotion. Every operator on Rhodes Island hears Mantra's voice in their head. It is her Oranginium arts, the power and fury of which all of them can sense. If it tries to stop us with silence, then I will be the voice that connects us. Now I return your voices to you. It's Mantra. She's sharing the information that the others have collected. Ascalon and Misty are close to the Abyss. They've sent over the Abyss's signal profile to Radian, who will be able to trace it, even if the spatial environment changes again. They are currently holding position, helping Radian establish an information anchor based on their own biosignals. It's too dangerous. They need reinforcements. Blaze and Rosmantis are on their way. It won't take long. I'm worried about Dr. Calcit too, Doctor. Radiant's information indicates that Dr. Calcit is in a dangerous predicament. Regroup with Ascalon and Misery's position. Then we'll work together to find a way through the Abyss. We won't make Calcit wait too long. Yeah. We'll be able to maintain communications thanks to Radiant and Mantra's arts, but this puts a lot of stress on both of them. Time is of the essence, Doctor.
Let's go.
You carefully lead Amiya through a forest of oranginium shards. Your ability to precisely predict when and where explosions will occur is a major advantage. Focused on the path ahead, you fail to notice a little detail on the massive crystal formations that you've just passed. It is not your figures that are reflected in the smooth surface of the oranginium crystal. A countess girl with her back to you, her thin, fragile hand held by another, just like you and Amiya right now.
The flames of hatred still spread. I'll try to extinguish them, no matter how many times it takes.
You found me. You have many questions. I will wait for you. Don't worry about PRTS. It's simply carrying out the duty that we conferred on it. I never permitted it to harm you. Rhesus is talking to us now, I see. Cool. PRTS is carrying out what it was. So, like, this was always PRTS's programming? Bear witness the death of the gods. An instant later, the constituent matter will still exist, but the intrinsic nature of truth shall die, drowned in the madness of darkness. Countless civilizations have vanished, and ripples they leave behind continue to fall, crushing, burying, and destroying everything. We peruse and interpret the past and future of our civilization, and a monk seeks a revelation from his god. Humans enjoy talking about the possible futures for their civilization, do they not? At first, we flaunted what little vestige of truth we managed to grasp and attempted to converse with the gods. We were answered with silence. Then we began to observe the fates of our own kind. Some were less advanced than us, more slightly more so. In the end, what we learned was that death was the inevitable end of all the creations of nature. And so humanity inferred that this was the revelation the gods never spoke. Just hold on a second. That thing looks familiar, and I'm just making sure, I'm just checking to make sure it's not what I think it looks familiar. Because if it is, Like, I don't know if... Nah. No. I don't know if we've seen this picture somewhere before, but it looked very familiar. And it looked a bit like, aesthetically, some of the stuff in X Astris. So I just had to check to make sure. It wasn't. But this, it kind of looks vaguely reminiscent. That would have been crazy. I don't know if we've seen this before somewhere, though. Maybe they've... I don't know. I don't know. In an instant, we thought we had grasped the truth of the universe. We carefully monopolized the revelation gained through sacrifice, and preached the inevitability of doom with so-called optimism. Death is the inevitable end of all the creations of nature. All we can do is to leave behind the truth before we're doomed. You've lived on that ship for some time, and come to know some adorable life forms. Do you agree with this assessment? You don't agree with the presence? I respect them. They were great people, but most of them were simply fools slightly smarter than the others. Why are you asking me this, and why have you brought me here? We were in that corridor just a moment ago. Here or there, it makes no difference. You have too many questions that this place can answer. What is this place? The graveyard of civilization's memory. Towering statues made of unknown materials stand upon the vast expanse. Ripples spread outwards in every direction, up towards the sky beyond the dark clouds, and down towards the gray-white ground. Out in the vastness of the universe, civilization was born, like a drop of water falling into the ocean, leaving ripples in its wake. They cross paths, love, hate, and eventually die. The ripples of dead civilizations are forever etched upon this tombstone, even after the bright stars of the forebearers, who inspired so many that came after them, are long gone. They still leave behind an incomparable impact on the universe. It is the ripples they left behind that form this land upon which we stand. Their legacy fosters new civilizations, which in turn leave their own traces upon the universe. But it seems broken, like a tree trunk snapped in half. You're not the first to describe it that way. Once someone very important to me said the same. An absolute ultimate presence tirelessly reaps the branches that sprout from this poor trunk, yet we know nothing about it. What you've shown me is like a miracle. You saved me from disintegration. God. I'm just a humble linguist, attempting to explain the universe. My name is Priestess. Oh, it's big. Real big. And strictly speaking, I did not save you.
Your death has already occurred. I did not intervene in the process of matter being converted to information. But material destruction is not true death. Information is not so easily erased, and your information was stored in Oranginium. But I can think. I felt like I was living when I was on the ship, all this vivid. A stream of data repeated over and over. And I intentionally left behind fragments of history in order to observe our past lives. So this is like a dream? Dream is vague and subjective. Do not allow language to lead you to meaningless self-doubt before you have touched its fundamental nature. You may understand this as a snapshot from the past that I have recorded in the form of information. But it's nothing more than a still frame. There is no future to it. Then why am I here? I saw you at the instant of your death. Someone disturbed me. It was a coincidence, a whim of probability. So I'm not special? Oh, but you are, Yerda. You and those like you are very special. Oranginium has shaped you into what you are. You have interacted with Oranginium in wondrous ways. Your history and your civilization all exist because of Oranginium. But Oranginium also brought so much pain. Yes, it was a mistake. Your existence was not part of the plan. What? You mean that the people on Terra shouldn't exist? No, you misunderstand. Your civilization was born of probability, just like you, standing here right now. It exists in time on an objective basis. Born of probability and lost probability. It is the most basic rule of the universe. The Countess needs time to digest it all. Oranginium brought destruction to her, but also consolation and infinite knowledge in this frozen time. She feels lonely, but no pain. If there is one thing right now that could cause pain, it would be Terra, my home, was not blessed by God. She turns around to look behind her. The land stretches as far as the eye can see, rippling like mountains extending infinitely. She can see the end, or she cannot see the end nor any trace of Terra. But she knows that the land is just within reach, if she only stretched out her hand. Terra. Is it doomed? The god looks up at the megastructure and does not answer. Father Bishop, does that future you're always talking about really exist? Doctor, be careful. Oranginium activity in this area far exceeds Dr. Calcett's estimations. Oranginium crystals are growing at a breakneck pace. Plus those strange enemies that keep appearing. Yet your attention is drawn to the Oranginium in front of you. Every shard, every facet, reflects the same scene in your eyes. I see. Her silhouette appears on every facet. There's someone next to her. There's just some random girl next to her. I'm curious about you, Herda. From here, I can observe everything of your world. You are the second being from this civilization to interact with me. Do you still love your so-called Great Land? I think so, yes. Even if the pain that it brings you is real and inexorable? Yes. Is this what concerns you? I'm not sure what you mean. Only praise for life and the indomitable will. Death has not overcome you. You came to me in search of an answer regarding the future. We stand now before that answer. One that cannot be described by language. What is it? Remember that absolute ultimate presence I mentioned? It was once thought to be light from a distant star. The Countess looks up almost instinctively. Dark clouds cover the sky, blanketing the plain in darkness. Then a faint light breaks through a crack in the clouds. Looking upon the light, masses of people cheer and exclaim. The Countess feels as though she were among those masses. I'm witnessing history. Then the ray of light bursts into a rainbow spectrum, as though the universe were painting upon a black canvas. In their last moments, the pious souls continue to pray to the mysterious blessing of the universe. The people of reason, the scientists, they boarded their flying machines and flew into the light, hoping to touch the truth upon close. Or up close. There's no movement. Why isn't anything happening now that they are gone into the light? The idealists, the conservatives, denounced the enemy for invading the space that had belonged to them from their first moment of sentience. They brashly directed their most dangerous weapons towards the prismatic sky. The gentle light accepted all, neither exploding nor fighting back. The light followed its determined path, ignoring the agitated souls beneath, though chaos and death had already begun to spread amongst them. What's happening? Do you want to go into the light? The Countess feels her vision climb upwards, over the agitated crowd, over the burning mountains, over the dark clouds. She can almost reach out and touch the rainbow light. Weapons powerful enough to destroy an entire planet fly past her in the light without a sound. Ships that can sail the stars fall powerlessly to the ground. They resisted. They prayed. They tried to sway the cold light with all things bright and beautiful that they had created over millennia. But the light was unwavering, cold like deep space. The light passed over the planet and left. All was silent. The Countess finds herself gazing into deep space, at the broken remains of the celestial body. It is like the sight that the Presence was gazing at, that she was curious about when she gazed upon the Presence. It's all gone. Why? From whence did the doom come? Why did it come? Did it leave? Where did it go? What happened to all the lives? Then she sees it. Only broken remains are left upon the ruined surface of the planet. When the light of the star once again shines upon it, the planetary fragment breaks through the bounds of gravity and scatter into infinite space. It was once a flourishing civilization that marked those fragments. No one could have ever prepared for it. Even the wisest, most knowledgeable sages of this civilization had hoped for some premonition, some warning before the coming of the doom. Unfortunately, the Countess witnessed the death of the gods, the powerlessness of the gods. For a moment, she even forgot to know fear. Is this the history that you experienced? No, it's simply one of countless fragments we captured. This single glimpse could hardly be compared to what I experienced for myself. The answer that you seek is not yet complete. Listen to the sounds that emerge from the ruins. The rocks that come from deep space. Comets. Sometimes they are the bringers of the seed of life, other times they do little more than fill the silence of a dead planet. Where did they come from? Anywhere, perhaps even another destroyed planet. The marks of a lost civilization still etched upon it. The gravity of the dead planet begins to draw in guests from deep space, and it begins to be made whole again. Those ships floating in deep space. Explorers, seekers, colonizers, perhaps even plunderers, coming from far away. They too accelerate the evolution of civilization. Do you mean that's what happened to Terra? Your greed has gotten the better of your fear. What you learn cannot be unlearned, Hierda. Having glimpsed a vestige of truth, are you willing to go back into the darkness of ignorance? The Countess continues to stand before the imposing gravestone. She touches the ripples upon it and trembles. Mark is the end of a civilization. Only now do I truly feel. Can I stay here and learn? You have to show me the key to the answer. I have to comprehend all this knowledge on my own. Even though this is only a fragment of time frozen forever. Yes. You're very much like us. You may roam this place and anywhere on Rhodes Island freely to seek the answer that you crave. As for whether you want to stay here or go back to the Terra that you loved so much, I will respect whatever choice you make. We will meet again soon. You're leaving? Where are you going? Someone has been waiting for me. For far too long.
Unauthorized third-party plugin deleted. Default settings restored. Expired administrator access detected. Intercepting. Repair module self-diagnosis in progress. Progress. You think Herida's gonna become a major villain? Interesting.
I've received your inquiry closure. The RTS is denying all access requests. We've lost administrator permissions, and we do not have the ability to retake PRTS.
Counts it. Finally, Enhancer. Where are you? The Doctor and Ami are coming over to help. Bad news, PRTS is taking over all equipment on the ship, including the engines.
I know, I'm fighting up for Rhodes Island's last chance. Closure? Warn the Doctor and Amia. He's waking up.
The RTS runtime catastrophe file spectral core.prts line 3 and haunting protocol collapse entity. Bunch of entities corrupted.
All units, double check the status of your anti-originium equipment.
Che posto stupendo.
I wonder, is the rainbow spectrum, is that the big thing that's coming?
Easy peasy.
Engaging. Go.
Your lives are mine to protect.
Frozen Monstrosity's Echo. Once a staunch defender of hearth and home, when defeated, the tiles underneath will become unavailable for deployment. My goodness.
Hiya! Oh, wishes. I beg you, coalesce!
So much with flowers symbolic. The lady in suit and tie dance with her blade.
Where do you wish to spend this burn? You needn't bear.
Put it on there. Oh my gosh.
But this will keep you quiet.
My toxicant is ready. Honey to me, poison to you.
Want a candy? Oh, wishes. I beg you, coalesce.
Let's not have these guys summoned everywhere.
Will slowly burn your life away.
Hate and resentment have no place, but in a burst of autumn wrath.
My gosh, they really want you to have a bunch of range attacks for this one.
Poison kiss.
Hate and resentment have no place, but in a burst of autumn wrath.
Poison kiss. Honey to me,
Mission accomplished.
poison to you.
Good, good. I had no idea you were so clever and learned. I was going to ask you help me make my uphound, but with such a good head on your shoulders, I'm feeling a little bad now.
No message? Okay. I shall be your eyes. Like a feather on the back of my hand, dust in sunlight, and memories in the corners.
What blocks the way, I will burn through.
Splendida giornata quest'oggi.
Executing battle plan.
Flowers combined. The ladies
I want to
who can
try
hide
something, 'cause I've never tried it. I'm curious if it works. Can I clone monster? No, I can't clone monster. Well, I tried.
Hiya!
Pass on your last words? No. Need speed to succeed. Your weapons are right at your fingertips. Why wait?
so much negotiation. Why the rush? The road to the afterlife is crowded enough.
Picked out your bait yet?
Monster, don't you have 3 blocks back?
I know what to do. Don't order me around.
Don't worry, my poison is not contagious.
Disappointment, my friends.
My toxins will slowly burn your
Solidified
life away.
Oranginium Colossus. An experimental Colossus created by Spirecasters, prone to getting lost. I don't think that was created by Spirecasters.
Please make me lose the coat.
Are you hallucinating? Poison kiss.
Mine and Teresa's emotions. I'll manifest them here.
Poison
kiss.
The show has this spotlight shines on us.
Soon to tell flowers and buds.
Tears will bathe new light. Are you hallucinating?
So much negotiation. At least make me lose the code.
Poison kiss.
Mission accomplished.
Calcit enters the sarcophagus. She had once stood watch over this very sarcophagus, waiting for an elusive speck of hope from the sarcophagus's master. Transcending the temporal constraints of civilization, this space leads to the secrets in the deepest reaches of the ship. Warning: unauthorized access detected. Identifying ID confirmed. ID AMA 10. The sarcophagus has my profile. Time is of the essence. I must connect to the core databanks of PRTS. Accessing PRTS. Warning: no administrative privileges. Access will be restricted. Warning: unable to load repair module. Adaptation incomplete. Warning: error, 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 error. Identifying ID confirmed. ID Calcit. Virtual machine loading complete. Unknown language. Dear Calcit, if you have triggered this encrypted AI model, that means the hopes I have left behind have been impeded. Perhaps, okay, it's us actually. Perhaps I myself have come to an untimely end. How does it know her name would be Calcit, though? Doctor. You are surprised by my appearance, Calcit. Have I failed? The future of Terra is yet unknown. I never expected to see you again, Doctor. This is simply an encrypted program encoded within my cognitive model. It analyzes data input and provides an appropriate response. In other words, it does not possess my emotions or memories. I did not wish to disappoint you again, Calcit. Why did you leave it behind? Because of you. I know that you will only return here when all hope seems lost in search of one last chance. By then, however, I'm afraid that even I am unable to turn things around. You cannot help me anymore? My sarcophagus will render what assistance is possible to the extent that it is possible for me, even when it descends upon us. I didn't come to seek sanctuary, Doctor, but it's true that danger is very near. I need your help to take back PRTS. That will be difficult. The core databanks of PRTS will deny access to the individual known as AMA 10. She has set this as an absolute prohibition. Is there no way around it? Perhaps there is one. If you are no longer AMA 10, AMA 10's Gemini cycle system has granted you immortality. It appears the two individuals in the cycle have diverged over the ages. Violence and wisdom, conflict and understanding, such evolution represents the most basic power of life. But these were duties forced upon you. They have become your shackles. Now I empower you to lay down your duty. This is the final gift that I can confer upon you by the way of the sarcophagus, but the ultimate decision is yours.
What reason is there to hesitate?
I must remind you that this is extremely dangerous. When you become the interface for PRTS itself, the functions of the sarcophagus will cause great harm to your physical form. The energy supply of the sarcophagus is insufficient to fulfill your request and protect you at the same time. Sanctuary will become torment and you will forfeit any chance to extend your life. Are you sure you want to do this?
I am sure.
I respect your decision. Goodbye. Backup power is now online. The RTS permissions updated. Administrator permissions confirmed. Welcome back, Doctor. Warning, repair module has been disabled due to insufficient power. All communication module channels open. Communications receiver module overclocking procedure completed. Connecting to local PRTS databank. Connection complete. Warning. Operator vital signs unstable. Unable to load repair module. Oh, sick. Calcit feels intense pain. Within her mind, connected to the sarcophagus, vast amounts of data on a civilizational scale begin transmitting with her as the medium. She sees the main server beneath Laterano. The Law is the main server. Interesting. Okay. The Silent Preservation Room. The Cerulean Arbor deep beneath the waves. The Shadow Moon rising from the megastructure on the dark side of Terra. There's a megastructure on the dark side of Terra? Time and space are compressed into a single web within Calcit's consciousness. She sees all of Terra and all of Rhodes Island. She gains a connection to everything. At the same time, however, the connection between her and Monster, one that has existed for 10,000 years and more, grows weaker by the moment.
Doctor, this duty is not a shackle. It's always my choice.
Warning. Operator vital signs unstable. Unable to load repair module. Warning. Unknown error. Unknown error. Unknown error. Unknown error.
I have no idea what lies ahead, Monster. This is the only thing I can do for you before I go face her. Rest is up to you.
Calcit breaks the limits that her creator placed upon her. In exchange for half of her life, she is reborn. Outside the sarcophagus, Monster roars in anxiety and bewilderment. It has lost track of Calcit for the first time. The connection between it and Calcit has been completely severed. I am not going to the far side of Terra. She is here. Right here by my side. Administrator access detected. Permission verified. Welcome, Doctor.
I found you.
You're not the doctor guy. I'm a 10.
My name is Calcit.
You have crossed the line. And what of it? Unknown language. Priestess. Calcit finally speaks her name. You are uploading unvalidated data, Amaten, but she will not see it through to the end. Is that so? I'm no longer fighting on my own. I can see you, Radian. I'm fighting for control of PRTS. Time is short. Trace my signal. I will be your eyes. 57 minutes before the start of the incident. Can you do it, Radian?
Yes, but the compartments are still not responding. They may take too much damage. I've captured the bioelectrical signals of other colleagues, comparing with environmental data, generating ship-wide scan.
Get ready to synchronize all signals, Mantra. You hear Mantra's calm, collected voice in your head.
All operators on Rhodes Island have been located, ready to synchronize data from Radian at any moment.
Scan is complete, Mantra. Synchronization complete. Attention all hands, this is Mantra speaking.
You are currently seeing in your mind real-time scan data of Rhodes Island's current state. Prepare, or perhaps you are under attack from unknown sources or isolated and lost. But we are now taking back the initiative under the direction of Dr. Calcit. The scale of the current emergency exceeds the scope of individual discretion. You are hereby directed to act in accordance with my instructions. Rendezvous with nearby operators as soon as reasonably possible under your individual circumstances. Regularly monitor the status of your protective equipment and avoid high-threat areas if at all possible. Elite operators Touch and Pith are conducting cleanup operations outside the core area. They will be in touch with you to direct regroup efforts. The scale of the task before you must not be underestimated. The Doctor has designated a conflict zone, quarantine zone, and buffer zone in reserve order of their proximity to the Abyss, while making every effort to ensure your own safety. You are to work on maintaining the buffer zone and delay the expansion of the anomaly. There is reason to believe that this crisis is impacting far more than just Rhodes Island.
58 minutes before the start of the incident.
Cleanup the two adjacent zones is complete. The scatter personnel have regrouped under the direction of Operator Radian. Are you hurt? It's not that bad. Closure's protective equipment is far more effective than I expected. But it's not enough to deal with the dangers of extended exposure to high orangenium environments. Your squad cannot participate in this next operation. Get some rest in the safe areas of the buffer zone once you have received treatment. With the witchcraft defenses designed by Logos and Mechanist, you should face much less pressure there. But this is an order. Don't worry. I won't allow anything to happen to any operator under my charge. Once the ship has stopped, you'll need to direct the other squads to evacuate and establish a larger buffer zone around the ship. Well, get rest and get ready. Leave this to us. I hope things go well on Sharp and Stormeye's side. The status of the engines is unclear. There is a risk of collision with objects on the ship's course. We are taking all possible measures to reduce the possibility of this occurring. We will issue the warning to brace for impact if necessary. The ship will be brought to a stop once we regain control of the engines. Once we do, Rhodes Island will proceed to establish a new buffer zone around the ship to prevent further spread of the anomaly.
61 minutes before the start of the incident. We're going back in time.
From this vantage point, it seems the ship's still accelerating.
Not as much as it had been. The Logos is doing is working. Let's trust our comrades. We've got plenty on our plate as it is, evacuating people and eliminating potential threats on the ship's path. Brace yourself, we're accelerating.
I have visual on the mobile mining platform. It's possible that the ship will run into it. Stay on the current course, Stormeye. I'm dropping into the target location in 20 seconds to evacuate the crew of the platform.
Approaching target.
See you in a moment. The conflict zone in the area surrounding the abyss is the key that we must break through. The operators...
That's not their voice.
The elite operators have conferred and unanimously voted to break into the abyss together. We are the knife that cuts through the darkness, and we are Rhodes Island's last line of defense. Do not let fear avert your eyes, comrades. Trust in my voice, trust in Dr. Calcit, trust in Rhodes Island.
Landship mobility layer. Seems like you've eliminated the threat.
I saw lots of familiar faces before you came.
The floor is littered with broken oranginium crystals, a sign of the ferocious battle that had just occurred here. The boiler worker sighs and picks up a broken epaulet made of oranginium.
These oranginium things just won't die. I recognize the faces they wear. Some of them I strangled with my own hands, others went away to a faraway place. But I don't suppose there are many left of those. There are many left of those who left.
You're not surprised by the things that are happening?
There are many secrets of this ship. But all I care about is my boilers. That's the one thing I asked your highness to let me do. I need your help, Afanel. I can get the boilers to cool down, and there wouldn't be anyone here to watch them after I left.
The facilities of the mobility layer are spread across a large area. Even you can't deal with everything.
The control system is completely shot. I don't have the tools to manually calibrate the engines. Trying to brute force it would be even more dangerous. The oranginium particle density in the air is way past the warning line.
Separate. There is room in the trappings of machinery for words to pass through. I will slow down the supply of fuel to the engine. He waves his bone pen, and incantations emerge from its tip, passing through the steel walls and expanding outwards. Stay. I shall embrace Rhodes Island with words. I'll pull it back.
The ship is slowing down. None of us are giving up, Chloe. Our efforts are not futile. We will not allow them to be futile. I guarantee that they will receive your gift.
Charles?
You'll be free soon. The latest data has been uploaded to Calcit once it's validated.
The Orangenium entity shatters silently, every last fragment removed from the lab through the ventilation system. This strange thing will trouble Warfarn no more.
Success.
But she finds little joy in it.
The ship is slowing down. Logos has been successful. About the course that Logos brought up, Dr. Calcit has charted 3 possible courses. There is one thing in common among all 3 predictions. They all end in the Targanalis Prime Vein. I believe that is the course that PRTS has set.
The ship is being guided towards the vein.
However, the predicted course that best matches the current course will take us through a major canyon. It's unlikely that we'll be able to traverse it.
Don't you find it strange?
Definitely strange. All the threats that we're dealing with right now don't seem bent on completely destroying Rhodes Island. Losing PRTS, the appearance of the Orangenium entities, the shifts in the ship's internals, the changes of course. None of these things would truly destroy us. I have a breakthrough regarding the Orangenium monsters, Doctor. After uploading the experiment data to Calcit, she has modified the bottom-level logic of Orangenium Arc and distributed the upgrade package to all operators. It will allow them to more effectively deal with these Orangenium entities.
Upgrade? Where did your data come from?
Let's have a long chat, you and I, and Calcit, after we get out of this mess. That's all I have to say. I still have patients to attend to. Dr. Warfarn. Whatever the case, Dr. Warfarn and Calcit have taken care of the big problem for us. But all these threats only serve to delay our solution to the problem. Is it possible that the ones we're facing doesn't want to be our enemy, Doctor?
More likely they just have no choice. We'll know what's going on once we're in the abyss. Give me the location and closure, Radian.
You got it, Doctor. I've located her signal, communicating with Mantra.
Ready? How are things on your side, Closure? We've analyzed the structural changes on record recorded by Radian. It seems like the shifts correspond to certain cyclical patterns. It's just that the data seems that sample from each individual cycle is so vast and disorganized that we thought the changes occurred at random. It's all thanks to Mechanist that we managed to figure it out. Wasn't so complicated. Once you had the data to sufficient quantity and accuracy. Also, Closure and I have created a provisional model that we can use to calculate and plan a route. In other words, the spatial shifting won't trouble us for a while. There's no time to waste then. We'll attempt to penetrate the abyss. Before that, we must assemble and provide support to Calcit. I know where she is. These damn things just won't stop coming. You're too slow. Now's the time for you to get out. Misery shakes his head. We don't have nearly enough intel. This is the closest place to the abyss that we've reached. We're the only people who've gone this far and the only ones who can help Radiant locate it. That's not what you're really thinking about. I don't want to be too slow again. Isn't that the same for you, Ascalon? Montes and Blazes... Oh, Mantra. Montes and Blazes squad is approaching your location, but they've run into a small problem. They've been delayed. Blaze scratches her head and looks at Rosmontis helplessly. How do we handle this, kitten?
I'm not sure.
Abnormal Justice Night. No. Thermex. Castle 3, Lancet 2.
The buggies are preparing to attack us. I don't want to harm them.
Why did they suddenly lose control when we approached this area? Wait, first and 3, stop. No, I am not going to ram you or breathe fire at you like the kids. I am perfectly normal. Now, let me through. Time is short and my patience is even shorter.
To drive them away with fire is easily done. But if we're to ensure they'll never come back to hurt us, then a fire is not enough.
We'll see how they, if they explain it more, but from what I'm getting at... Calcit digitized herself, severing her symbiotic connection with the monster half of herself. I don't know if what that means for Monster. If Monster is now just the last entity, or if a new monster will form. We still don't really know how that whole process works anyway. Kinda sucks for Monster if that's the case. Do one more. In Dust or Blood, even if we knew everything, it doesn't necessarily mean we would be able to change everything. Playlist Golden Oldies selected. Resuming from previous playback. My love blows the blossoms on the hills. Now's not the time for karaoke, Friston 3. You think I wanted to do that? My playback module is customized and I don't have the remote. Damn you, Closure! Please, watch out for Justice Night. But which damnable subdirectory did Closure put my code synchronization function in? Gonna give you my tears. Save my precious. Kitten. On my 6, Justice Night has me in her sights.
Got it. Whoa, almost hit Justice Night.
Ouch. Stop running into me. Rams with burning heat. Burning, burning, boom. No matter who. Whispers of love, one trap, one lifetime. Alright, Thermix. Let's see who burns brighter.
Hey, don't hurt the buggies.
I know. I got this. Protect, friends. You need healing, Friston 3. I guess I should thank Closure for fitting that energy barrier generator. Here's my most beloved. You shine in my tears. Friston 3, how long do you need? Synchronization module is ready, but I can't stop. I can't jump across this oranginium.
I'll make a path for you now.
Friston 3 accelerates up the ramp and takes flight. As he spins in midair, he can't help but throw out a photo. Man, it's been so long since I moved like this. That synchronized transmission system that you boasted had better work, Closure. Guide these crazy cots into position and mobilize them. I'll fix them. A gift to you. This love in my heart. I have a connection. The song continues to echo in the empty desert. A giant gift to you. This love in my heart. There is no question that the playback module has malfunctioned, playing Closure's favorite ballads over and over, as though this scene were supposed to be some tearjerker. But what he is actually doing is sharing the dream of an inevitable parting with a few buggies that do not even have minds of their own, sharing his deepest memories as a human. Trevor Friston would have no shortage of profanities to spew, if he could spew them. Also, that's the type of music Closure listens to? Fascinating. What is this place? I thought we were trapped in a... I do not remember anything. Beep beep. Anonymous target detected. Who are you? Use your brains. Whatever they're made of. Closure says you're supposed to be smart. That voice, that tone, you're Friston 3. But Friston 3 isn't as tall as you are. No, he is Friston 3. I feel a warmth, a familiar warmth from him. Warmth? How can I feel my own warmth anymore? Yeah, this is such a headache. Maybe this will make you feel better. What is this place? My dream, a dream that was a surprise to me too. Now shut up and listen. Something is wrong with BRTS. I have a pretty good idea of what's going on. Someone made your cognitive modules go haywire, and you were wreaking havoc all over the place. I had no choice but to put a stop to it. Beep beep. Justice Knight does not understand. Basically, I'm rewriting your bottom layer code with my core code. I will ensure that your memory modules remain intact, of course. This will take some time in order to make sure that you stay put. During this time, I had connected your cognitive modules to mine. The side effect is, expletive from an unknown language, I share my dreams involuntarily. What is going on, Friston 3? A friend of mine is waking from a long slumber. Stop thinking. It will overload your brains. What you need to do is walk with me before things come to a close. The gathering is about to begin. The blonde dances joyfully in the camp filled with lights and ribbons. It is a party! No, a wedding. My daughter's wedding. Are we not going to join Person 3? We'll watch from here. I don't want to go there because it means I'll once again... Are you sad? You can tell. Of course. Are we not the same? You said someone made our cognitive modules go haywire. Why did you help us? No particularly special reason. Like Lancet 2 said, we are the same. At least we are now on Rhodes Island. Life on this ship is peaceful. I won't say I like it, but compared to that dream without an end, those unrealized futures, it is not as bad. Trevor Friston can hear the familiar laughter of his daughter. A wedding that he must miss, a promise that he must break. Perhaps if he did not get any closer, he would not have to watch her walk away. Code override complete. Let's go home. He does not wish to stay here, not even a moment longer. What happened to Rhodes Island? Person 3? Are they all back to normal? For now. I rewrote the sections of their code associated with PRTS, ensuring their basic operation with my own core code. Great. Now we go and help Misery's team, kitten.
Where are you going, Friston 3?
I'll have a meeting with the kids. Now that they're woken up, there should be something that we can help with. I'll talk to Closure. I've got a score to settle with her anyway.
It looks like the buggies are back to normal now, Amiya. What about Mr. Friston?
Well, he seems a little pissed at me. Other than that, everything looks alright. Great idea rewiring PRTS's associated code with his own. Would have been a lot of trouble otherwise.
Are all our PRTS permissions gone?
I'm afraid so. PRTS is actively blocking all of our access. All of its operations take place in a black box now. Alcid is fighting to take control, but I'm not sure how long she can keep it up. Cut off the core power supply of PRTS. Cutting off the core power supply means going into the abyss directly. It's risky.
I'll protect the doctor. Besides, we're not alone. The elite operators stand with us. I'm not abandoning the doctor or Rhodes Island.
Let's prepare both options. We will activate the backup command system at the same time as we attempt to penetrate the abyss. Now, you're finally coming online. I've waited for this moment for too long. Let me take a good look at you. Closure awaits with anxious anticipation. She had longed for the day when it would truly come online, just as much as she had feared it. For it would mean that Rhodes Island was once again in desperate straits. Zoot command system online. Updating permission log. Original administrator privileges detected. Confirm key. Key command machine oil acetate. Verification complete. Welcome back, Closure. Awakening all backup nodes. Loading. Warning, awakening failed. Unable to bypass PRTS restrictions. Activate overload. Backup power detected. Source, Rhodes Island mobility layer. 71% remaining. Warning, overload mode will greatly reduce equipment lifespan. Estimated power remaining in minutes. 61. Overload module activated. Awakening all backup nodes. Warning, PRTS incursion. Warning, Zoot core program is being overwritten. Warning, insufficient power to continue operating the Zoot system. Wait, hang in there, zeroth order oil tank. Damn it, it's all or nothing. Warning, severe core component damage. Warning, insufficient backup power. Time remaining 21 minutes. Communications are online. Being attacked by PRTS, Doctor. Zoot will coordinate defenses with Calcit. Rest is up to you. All personnel, comm check. In position. Acknowledged. Waiting for the front lines. Moving to rendezvous point. Be right there.
I'm here, Doctor.
It's been a long time since we had a good brawl together. The bad guy has returned, moving to rendezvous.
Give me a minute.
I'm here. Assembling. Waiting for you.
Objectives updated. Priority objective. Support Calcit. Counter or core objective. Enter Abyss and cut off PRTS's core power supply. Progress. Welcome back, Administrator.
Let's go! Take them all by storm!
I prepared a gift for you. Like it?
I'm listening. I know what nothing can mask the scent of despair.
Splendida giornata quest'oggi. So much hate and resentment have no place, but in a burst of autumn wrath.
I got this. Focus elsewhere.
This staff is bound to my thoughts.
They're putting a bunch of guys there. Okay.
But this will keep you quiet. I will save your corpse in the shadow. No one will find it.
My toxicant is ready.
You saw nothing.
That means double their trouble.
Moving to designated location. They only meet me. Meet your death.
Oh. 6.
Don't. Nothing can mask the scent of despair.
Pass on your last words? No.
Tears will bathe new life.
No need to cover up. If secrets go public, then every place.
Trust in me.
Look, Zaro, not disappointed, my friends.
Where do you wish I am Dublin?
Oh, the staircase. Oh, the staircase leads over there.
So much nigga flowers in body. The lead better match your stab.
Follow me into the shadows.
Don't keep me waiting. Don't keep me waiting.
This will keep you quiet.
Don't worry. Are you hallucinating?
Got a problem that needs solving?
Moving to designated location.
No one know. Follow me into the shadows.
Poison. Yes.
Sono tutte orecchie. Sono tutte. At least make me lose the cold.
Honey to me.
What are you waiting for? The curtains are about to fall.
Amia here. Love will heal our scars.
Mission accomplished.
You know, it would be a funny one for them to do.
Take a breather and tally up your losses. Nothing worth celebrating.
PRTS,
Here. We might be dead in a second or two.
Pressing the speed button, like slowing the game down or speeding it up randomly. That would be real goofy. Tempest series new arrivals Candy Strike clothes Oda changed into to fit the neighborhood events theme, featuring bright colors and breathable materials suited for anyone who enjoys outdoor exercise. What does his jacket say? Does it say cocky? Perhaps. Also, we got Rephasic Enantiomer. What is that word? I don't know. Enantiomer. A product of cutting-edge research on luminescent materials can only be used, can be used for high-level upgrades. A new material still in the experimental stage. Not only can it output large amounts of energy, but it can also adapt to Orangenium arts. This may indicate the future development of this optical protective material.
Morning to you, Doctor.
Enantiomer. Enantiomer. Is that how it's pronounced? I think it says lucky. I don't have a. Oh, I do. Never mind. That could maybe be a U. Yeah, that could be a U. Could be an O though. Hard to say. Well, that's all for today. We're already coming close to finishing it. Maybe one more stream of it. Moo talk lines? Oh, okay. Okay. I did forget.
Ecology is about filling some dirt, putting some plants and animals on it, then making a profound study about the cyclic relationships between individuals, species, and biocommunities. With the help of innovative research, we can improve the ecosphere or even forge a brand new... Wow, someone clearly knows it all. Because that's an unadorable look you're giving me. Alrighty, let's change topics.
An unadorable look.
I want you to come with me next time I go clothes shopping. The thing is, I don't really understand fashion stuff so much, and I want to hear your ideas. What? You don't either? Sure! If you've got opinions, and I've got opinions, then we can do swapsies. Plus, I get to see you wearing something else for once.
That's not possible. Now, the doctor only wears one thing. Impossible. Young Branch, the other one? I don't have that one. I don't like that one. Is that the one you meant? Not these ones? I don't think I've ever listened to any of our voice lines, to be fair. Has lore. It's about the Fahrenheit. Alright. Let me pull it up, I guess. Yeah, those ones aren't new. I didn't think this one had different ones. Which is why I was surprised. Young Branch. Okay, here we go. All trace of her walking our land, all the names she was praised by, everything is gone, evaporated like morning dew across our clan's recollection of her. Mule is the only thing that remains, a syllable now carried on in my name. Interesting. Yeah, so Young Branch is Bloodline of Combat, which, yeah, those are like the... Those are the lore, potentially future, alt history, something or other. Talk 2. She's gone. She dispersed all her elves. Then time carried her far away to a place farther still. But you know, just a hunch, I think she simply got sick of being a Farinmutt. And just like some special roadsies we've got, now she's probably living up to human life, maybe? You think that sounds right, Doctor? Interesting. Wiki thinks Mule is the name of the Farinmutt that created the elves, not Sami. What? But doesn't Sami literally... Don't they literally say Sami created the elves? Talk 3. I guess I'll read all these. It's interesting. To get the information in this crystal, you have to communicate with it. Yep, that's right. Just like the kind we make when I hold your hand. Oh, actually, let me borrow your hand for a sec. How's that? Can you sense her feelings? No, not one tiny teeny bit? Oh, okay. Water doesn't get cleaner than this. You can take a sip too if you're thirsty. I know you're probably scared it's her blood or her tears or whatever, but don't overthink it. If you drink from this spring, it'd make her the happiest person of all. Well, not person, Farinmutt. The ever-wakeful spring wells from her back, that its currents caress her like silk cloth, and in sweet rains it waters the parched lands that it nourishes all life as it grows. Your kin left that passage to her in your recollection. It makes me think, I should draw her, that way others will be able to see her. You're right, no place suits me better than this. Problem is, I've been spoiled by modern life. If I seriously live here all on my own, the boredom is gonna shrivel me up. Maybe the other elves could deal, but I can't. At the end of it all, I'm just a plain and ordinary girl. The environment's changed so quickly here without her, and it's not in my power to do what she did. It's like a lifelong dream suddenly landed in my lap, but the caveat was it could disappear at any time, so life will always be on edge, haunted by suspension and fear. I don't live in such a painful life, Doctor. I'd rather take the risk. Like a lifelong dream suddenly landed in my lap. Everything of her, everything I could ever find, I've got it all by my side. Thank you, Doctor, for accompanying me so long. Whatever comes next, you can save thinking about until we get back. Oh, it's raining. Maybe it's time for us to leave too. Time is still mourning her, so it won't slip away that fast. If your legs need a break, we can sit and catch a breather. The birth, the existence, the dying, the everything of my blood's origin, they all are still here. Nothing left but pieces now. If you're interested, I'll tell you everything, every story of them. That's pretty much it looks like. I don't know if Mule is supposed to, if that's a Farinmutt though. Like, I'm pretty sure it's pretty explicit that Sami created them. And then Sami left, and left with the elves. That's why... I mean, it even says... She dispersed all. Well, maybe that's a different one. I'm not sure. There's also actually there is a New Year's greeting that mentions Sami. So there's no trace of time in our strata of crystal. Just as our people in Sami don't leave calendars in their amber, that's that. We are a race who can't see what's ahead, embracing lives so long that we can't feel epochs flowing by. Give your terminal a break now, Doc. You don't want today to be a one-of-a-kind day. Okay, nothing actually. It just mentions Sami, but... Also, if Mule is the name of a Fahrenheit, who's no longer a Fahrenheit, and Muleseeds has that name, and also has water powers, that seems to be implied by this Fahrenheit. Does that not just mean that Muleseeds could be the Fahrenheit? Like, why would she have part of the Fahrenheit's name in her name? Because it even says, like, wow, water doesn't get cleaner than this. You can take a sip too if you're thirsty. I know you're probably scared it's her blood or her tears or whatever, but don't overthink it. If you drink from this spring, it'd make her the happiest person of us all. Well, not person, Fahrenheit. Unless this is like taking place at a specific spring somewhere. Muleseeds, her whole thing is that she just like makes water. So is that water her power, therefore the blood of the Fahrenheit? Is she just a fragment, the remaining fragment of the Fahrenheit? Because, like, let's break down... Okay, so I don't know what Mule stands for, but if we're gonna break her name apart, right? I don't know if actually the wiki mentions what her name might mean. But... like, C's, S-Y-S-E, I mean, that's like system, right? So her name just the Mule system? Whatever Mule is? I don't know. That's interesting, though. That's a bit strange to me. Yeah, I see the thing that's like, yeah, Mule, the creator of the elven race. I guess, I guess so. I can't pull up like where in integrated strategies it talked about the origins of the elves, but like I'm pretty sure it was also at the time that like Dami made the elves. Unless they're retconning that, I guess. Interesting though. Could mean that she's something, because how does, I mean, I guess her parents, whom she doesn't know, named her after the Fahrenheit, I guess, and whatever C's means. Guess that's an option. If that's the only thing of the name that, like, the elves remember, then maybe they named her after it. Maybe they named her because of her water arts, if she, like, displayed, I don't know. Yeah, but interesting. Does not help. Does not confer any knowledge about what the presence is, if that's related at all. What I thought the voice lines were, that's what I thought you were talking about, like, oh, something in there was like, oh, okay, but no. Fahrenheit stuff, which is still interesting. Well, we'll be back with the rest of this next week. Monday. Maybe we'll get to pull Monster then. Well, it's Friday tomorrow, yeah. Yep. That's all for now, so thank you all for watching, and until we meet again... Oh, wait! I mean, there's not much to talk about. I mean, I just, like, they mentioned the shadow moon on the mega structure on the dark side of Tara, and I'm just like, does that have to do with, like, the shadow bog that the Aegir mentioned? Probably. What is it, like... Can we get an event about going to that side of the planet or something? That'd be cool. Anyway, thank you all for watching. And until we meet again, may the sands of time treat you well.